Hello everyone, my name is Lydia and I'm back here today with another video. This is something that I'm gonna try out. I'm gonna try doing like a series. We'll see if I can stick with it. Of kind of a mixture of videos I see a lot in the booktube world that I like to watch, but was never really sure I could take part in because I have been trying for years to get better at buying books. This came from a place of not managing my money very well and spending a superfluous amount of money on books that I wasn't even reading, and that kind of, not that that's always a bad thing, but if it's out of control, it's a bad thing. You know, if your spending's out of control and you don't have enough room to live, like, it's a bad thing. So I've kind of really been cracking down on myself for the last couple of years, and that's not to say I don't still buy books. I do still buy books. It's just not as much and unthought out. But I've kind of taken a lot of steps down this journey already, and I, read a lot of like Decluttering Manage Your Life, where you get your identity and happiness from kind of books a year and a half or so ago. And I did the like Marie Kondo thing where I went through my whole house and purged a bunch of stuff, including books. I got rid of a ton of books that I was just hanging on to for no reason. And then I found the Unread Shelf Project on Instagram, and I will try to link her Instagram below. Her name's Whitney Connard, and she seems like a really nice person. And she's been running this Unread Shelf Project for quite a while, where she kind of has like an internet group where she like encourages people to read the books on their shelves, basically. So that's been really encouraging to kind of read some of the stuff on my shelves, and not just let it sit there forever. But I kind of wanted a little boost, and I kind of wanted to make some videos about my reading progress, and I'm not very big about setting up TBRs for myself, and I don't really want to do like huge hauls because I'm trying to not give myself more of an excuse to buy tons of books. So to get to the point, my idea for these videos is kind of a like unhaul decluttering slash haul slash book review type thing. Basically what I want to do is I want to pull a couple of books off of my shelf, maybe between like 4 and 8, every time I do one of these, kind of show you guys and kind of maybe talk about why I got it or when I got it, and then read a few chapters of it and then check back in with you guys so I can kind of decide whether I want to continue reading the book and finish it, or whether I want to DNF the book and get rid of it. So it's kind of like a haul slash review unhaul all at once. And I don't know if it'll work, but I want to give it a try. And I picked a selection of books to start with. I'm very much a mood reader and a seasonal reader all at once. So usually when summer comes around, I want to read like lighthearted things, either like contemporaries or things based in summer, stuff like that. So lately, though, I've been really into reading children's fiction. And I also tend to be drawn to children's fiction this summer because the summer kind of harkens back to, when you were a kid on summer vacation. Like, I kind of always swim in those waters. When summer comes back, I just want to be a kid again. So will probably work perfectly. So I went through my shelves and I picked a few, I think I got 5 here, children's books that I haven't read yet. 6 books that I haven't read yet, and I'm gonna put 7 in this video just because I want to talk about it. I started and finished this book in a day, and I was gonna maybe put it in this video, but I'm already done with it. But I'm gonna put it in the video anyway, so that I can talk about it with you guys. So the first book that I haven't read is this book, The Sisters Grimm. It's the first one. It's a book about fairy tale detectives. I have had this for years. I think I saw it probably like when it came out, which looks like it might be 2007, or at least very soon after it came out. And I was like, that looks like a ton of fun. And I purchased it, and I never read it, but I still think it looks like a ton of fun, and I still think I'd like it. So I'm gonna give the first few chapters a try and see if I want to finish it, or at least keep it, or, DNF and get rid of it. And I will check back in with you guys. The next book that I have is a book that I think I saw the art on Pinterest. So this is a complete cover purchase. But I did look into it further and go, I do actually want to, read that story. So it's not just a cover purchase. But it's called Nooks and Crannies. Isn't it wonderful? Come on, look at this cover. It's beautiful. I love it. I cannot wait to read it. And I just purchased this a couple weeks ago on Amazon. So this is new, and I should be reading. And so I'm going to get ahead of this one, give it a try. The next book that I have, I already started, but I haven't finished it, and it's on Audible, so I'll have to, put up a picture. I figured out how to do this before. Hopefully I can figure out how to do it again. It is called The Tale of Emily Windsnap. I know that's a series. This is the first book, and I'm going to listen to it. It's about mermaids, and it's a children's book, and I know quite a few little girls who love mermaids, so I thought I would listen to this book and see if it's worth purchasing for them to read as well. The next book that I have is a new book, and this is the one that I finished, but I wanted to put in here. It is fantastic. I loved it. It wasn't necessarily what I was, it was a cover purchase that I, looked at the cover like, whoa, and then I was like, no, actually read the description, see if you'd like it. And I was like, this sounds right up my alley. And I got it on Audible, and I read it in a day, and I thought it was fantastic. And it is called The Front Desk. And, well, just Front Desk. There's no the, I guess. It's called Front Desk. And it's by Kelly Yang. And one of the coolest things about this book is that she based this off of her experiences, like her real life experiences. You can go on her website and see the pictures. So this little girl who runs the front desk at a motel that her parents work at, and that was Kelly Yang's life. She was a little girl who, and they were all immigrants, and she ran the front desk, and you can see pictures of her in front of the motel with her parents and stuff, and it was a great story. It was heartwarming. It talked about a lot of good life lessons, and from the point of view of some people who are immigrants, and I thought that was very fascinating and very good for kids, to read, especially, whether they had the similar experience or they haven't had that experience at all. I think it was a great story, and I think it's really beneficial. The next book that I have is, she got a little review right there, and I'm going to keep it in my Audible library. I'm actually really tempted to buy a physical copy of that book and either keep it and loan it out to kids or give it to my nephew when he's a little bit older. But I liked it so much that I wouldn't mind having it, but that's not really the point. Buying duplicate forms of a book is probably something I shouldn't be leaping at to do, as I'm trying to kind of not have books taking over my home. So the next book I have is an old classic that I have never read. I've seen the movie, and that is Holes. This is, I'm sure, a great summery, warm read. It just seems like a typical child summer adventure. I like watching the movie in the summer, so I'm going to give the book a try because I missed out on this one when I was a kid, but I don't have to keep missing out on it. And I've had this for years, years on my shelf. I think my roommate talked about it, and she liked the movie a lot, and I purchased it so I could read it, and I haven't yet, so I'm going to be reading this one next. The next book I didn't buy that long ago. I think it was a couple years ago, and that is called Lemons. I love Bigfoot, any kind of folklore monster. I'm all about that life. And this just looks adorable. I thought it seemed like a really fun concept. I think I got it to read at a booktubeathon a couple of years ago, and I ended up reading something else, probably something shorter, honestly. But this just looks like a really fun kid adventure. And like, look, it's all like, oh, it's all yellow and like teal letters. Anyway, I'm excited. I want to give this one a go, see if I like it. I hope I do. I hope I like all of these, honestly, because I bought them thinking I would love them, and I didn't get rid of them when I got rid of, I don't know, guys. I think I must have gotten rid of hundreds of, not hundreds, maybe hundreds of books on my multiple waves of decluttering my house. And I'm kind of sad that I did not make videos of that process, because I love watching those kind of videos. I love watching unhauls, and it was such a freeing process for me. The idea that I didn't have to feel like guilty and hold on to this like weight of like, well, you should read all of these, and just be like, no, I don't have to read them all. It was great. The next one I got is another book, and that is the Bigfoot Files, and that's my dog being a little pest. I read this author's other book, which is called Race to the Bottom of the Sea, I believe, and I really like the concept of that book, and I really like some of the themes of it, but I had a really hard time getting through it. It kind of dragged for certain parts. I would figure with a children's book it would be a little bit more fast-paced, and I was kind of waiting for it to wrap up. I felt like it was longer than it needed to be. So I kind of hesitated about buying this one, but I ultimately liked a lot of the things in that book, and this is the Bigfoot. This is the Bigfoot Files. Like it had Bigfoot. I needed it. I needed it in my life. So I'm gonna give her another chance, and give this one a read. I think this one's probably the longest. I'm not sure about that, but it looks like it. So hopefully I can get through all of them. And even if I don't get through all of them, that's not necessarily the point of this video. The point is giving them all a try. So I'm going to give it a try, and hopefully it is good, and it's a little faster paced than Race to the Bottom of the Sea. So yes, this is my video for today. Let me know if you like the idea of the series. I will check back in with my thoughts on these books, and I'm hoping I like them all, and, you know, as much as then I'll probably end up keeping them all, I still hope I like them all. The point here is to kind of be able to, you know, make content, show the books that I love and am excited about, but also to actually chisel away at those books and determine whether I want to continue reading them or not, as opposed to just bringing in a ton of new books and spending gobs and gobs of money. So yeah, anyone who wants to do this as well, let me know. I think that would be great. Please make videos and tag me in them so that I can watch them too, and we can get excited about the books that we have and get through them together. I think that would be really fun. Alright, I'll check back in later. I'm back. It's probably like a week later. I could have filmed this earlier, but I just didn't make time. But I did read the first chapter or two of all of these books that I mentioned. If you hear my dog crying in the basement, it's because I just got home from work and he wants to play. I kind of was not worried, but kind of assumed this would happen with these. I like kid books, and I had a very, very, very strong inclination that I would like all of these kid books, and spoiler alert, I do. I love all of these kid books, and I'm very excited to read them all, so I will not be getting rid of them at this point. I also, during this time period, listened to and finished the first book of The Tale of Emily Winsnap, which was very cute. I liked it. I think anyone who was the right age who was into mermaids would enjoy it. It wasn't like my favorite book, but I also was a little bit distracted while listening to it, so I think that maybe I maybe would have liked it more if I would have been more focused. But it's very cute, and I think I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads. Like, I didn't love it, I didn't really, really like it, but I liked it. So according to the Goodreads standards, yeah, 3 stars. If anyone had a daughter who was like 10 and loved mermaids, I would be like, here's a series for her. So, Holes, I want to read it. I mean, I'm not sure it's going to be that different from the movie, so maybe I will just finish it and be like, wow, I just didn't need to do this. I could have just watched the movie again. But the chapters are like a couple pages, so that's going to be easy. I'm already like a third of the way through this and really enjoying it. It reminds me kind of like a fairy tale-ish Lemony Snicket. Like how it started, it really reminded me of a series of unfortunate events. So if you love that, give the Sisters Grimm a try. The other one I started, Nooks and Crannies. This I think I'm going to love. Bigfoot Files, super fun start. And same with Lemons. So I'm actually really hoping to get all of these done in the next month or so. I got Nooks and Crannies and the Bigfoot Files on Audible. They were both on Audible. So I could listen to those if I didn't want to sit down and physically read them. But yeah, like I said, loved it. I loved the front desk. And I'm going to be keeping all these. So no actual unhauling with these books today. But they were all super fun, super cute. I will hopefully, though, now that I know I'm going to enjoy them and I've been in like a summery kids book kind of mood, I'm hoping I will get through all of them in the next month or so. So you can watch my Goodreads and see if that actually happens. Yeah, I'm hoping to do another one of these, hopefully with my YA books, because I feel like I might actually be able to unhaul some of those, but I want to give them a fair shake. So I'll probably be making another one of these videos soon. Let me know if you want to see that. Let me know if there are changes you would make to this, if there are certain things that, you know, you would like to see or you don't really care about. Yeah, let me know. And do you guys have large TBRs like I do? Do you have a house full of books you just can't seem to get rid of or get through? Because let me know. Let me know if you have any kids books or middle grade books that you think you think will be magical, but you haven't made time to pick them up yet. Because I have just been on a delightful ride reading kids books lately. New ones, even some old favorites. It's really kind of reminded me how much I love stories, and it's been wonderful. So I will see you guys all